Ladies and gentlemen, guys and girls, my name is Raven and welcome back to my channel. Now in today's video we're going to be talking about the end of the faction war, and it was a complete and utter clusterfuck. I can tell you all right now, if I recorded this video last night when the faction war ended, it would have been the most unreasonable, saltiest shit you've ever seen in your life. But I have had time to cool the fuck down, and I've had time to get some evidence to show you guys and sort of back up some of the points I'm going to make. Now I'm going to be talking about two things in this video. The first one is the fact that the faction war is now pretty much confirmed to be 100% rigged, and that Ubisoft are completely lying out their goddamn fucking asses when it comes to all the numbers in regards to the faction war, and I've got some things to back that up. And secondly, we're going to be talking about the actual rewards that were given out to the samurais for winning the season, because that in and of itself is a massive issue compared to what the Vikings got last season. Now first of all, let's talk about some of those conspiracy theories that the faction war was rigged. Now back when the first season was going on, people speculated, and the theory was that the Vikings were going to be given the faction war win because they were not receiving a brand new hero. Now at the time this seemed completely crazy for most people, and the majority just dismissed it outright. I said it could have some validity to it because I like to keep my mind open to things, because like I said, anything's fucking possible, especially when we're talking about companies and corporations who basically can control all the numbers, like the results of everything. If they want something to happen, you better bet your fucking ass it's going to happen and you have no say in it. But at that point it was still a conspiracy. Now I had plenty of people tell me about this conspiracy, and I said to them, I've gone, okay, by that conspiracy, that means the samurai should 100% win the next season because they are not receiving a brand new hero. It's going to be a knight and a Viking hero. So me and many others, we basically said, okay, we will keep our conspiracy theories here in check. We'll wait to the next season, and if samurais magically win the last round in like a massive tiebreaker or something like that, you know, they just managed to pull ahead, then it's basically rigged because, like I said, it follows the same pattern. And that's one thing to keep in mind here. When something follows a pattern and you have people calling it out, there were people on Twitter and on Reddit and everything before the faction war even ended saying samurai are going to win. I'm telling you right now, you know, knights are currently winning, which we'll get into, but samurai will win for some unknown reason. And what ended up happening, the samurai ended up winning for some unknown reason, even though all of the evidence said that the knights won. Now let's talk about what actually happened when the season ended. So the knights had won 2 rounds and the samurai had also won 2 rounds. Now the last round was pretty much being fought over, and if either one of those two won, they would win the whole season. But the Vikings, the little shits, decided to come in and they decided to win basically the last round. Now Ubisoft had said this themselves, and they've changed what they said. Now they said the faction that puts down the most war assets in the last, like, you know, leg of the race will win. Okay, so whoever has the most war assets at the very end when the round ends will be the winner. Now they have backtracked on what they said. They said, oh, we didn't mean the last turn of the faction war, we meant the whole like season thing. Now I'm gonna get into why that's bullshit and why all their numbers are completely fucking wrong in a second, because I have pictures for that. But first of all, let's get to what actually happened. Okay, at the very like couple of hours that were left of the whole season, the knights were making a massive push because they knew that they had far less actual territories, but it doesn't matter because they were ahead on actual war assets deployed. Okay, they were 0.3% ahead, 0.4% sometimes, and I think they dropped as low as 0.1% at one point, but they managed to get back up to 0.3%. Now yes, that margin is so fucking small that it's pretty much insignificant, but even being that 0.1% ahead of the samurai in war assets deployed meant that the knights should have won. Now keep something in mind, on Ubisoft's own tracker, okay, their faction war tracker on their website, it even said that the knights were 0.3% ahead, okay, and then on an external tracker it said that the knights were 0.3% ahead. On my own individual screen in game, because I was watching this thing, it said that the knights were 0.3% ahead. Everyone on the forums as well, they had the exact same thing. The knights were ahead by a fucking bee's dick margin. Even Eric Pope, he tweeted out that the knights were ahead, like I think it was, I can't remember the exact time, but it was a little bit before the season actually ended. Okay, so as far as everyone was concerned, the knights were just hanging in there and they were about to win. Now I got a picture that's going to be coming up on screen right now. Okay, now when the round actually ended, it said that the knights had 35% war assets, okay, deployed, and the samurai had 34.6% war assets deployed. Now that is about a 0.4% difference. So when the round was complete, okay, when it completed on my screen, on everyone else's screen, everything, okay, the knights were ahead and they were about to win. So keep that in mind. The image you just saw means the round was completed, okay, and the knights won. They were ahead by 0.4%, okay, 0.3, 0.4%. I've seen different screenshots for it, but they were ahead by at least 0.4%. 0.3%. So now what I'm going to show you guys, the image that's going to be on your screen is going to be a picture of what happened when the round completed, okay? So it said the round victories and it said who came first, second, or third. Now, keep in mind that the Knights went from a 35% war asset deployment when the round completed to magically being at 33.24%. Okay, they went from 35% down to 33.24%. Keep that one in mind. And the Samurai magically went from being 0.4% behind to all of a sudden being in front. They went from 34.6% when the round completed to on the victory screen saying that they had 33.66%, which means that they now had a massive lead in terms of the point percentage over the Knights. And I saw this with my very own fucking eyes, okay? On my screen it said the Knights were 0.3% ahead. I'm like, yep, we fucking got it in the bag. We just won this thing. And then it ended, and then it told me that we were that far behind because I got the exact same screen that said 33.24% for the Knights and 33.66% for the goddamn Samurai, okay? Now that is the biggest load of shit I've ever seen in my life, but it gets even worse. So all of us were fucking lied to 100% in the in-game tracker when it came to how many war assets we had deployed, okay? Because like I said, we went from 35% down to 33.24%. So the results on the victory screen were far different to the ones that we actually had once it said round complete. But now Ubisoft themselves, all the moderators on the forums and stuff are giving out completely fucking different numbers. Even Eric Pope himself are giving out different numbers to the goddamn victory screen from the Ubisoft employees themselves, okay? I'm reading it right now from the guys off the forum, from the moderators, okay? And I've seen 3 or 4 of these guys say the exact same thing. They say, hello everyone, the season ended in a tie between Samurai and Knights, and so the faction that deployed the most war assets in the final round, the Samurai, took the win. The Knights deployed 33.07%, okay, and the Samurais deployed 33.62%. That number that they have, which I'm assuming are their internal statistics that they have back at the office, are completely different to the ones they showed us on the end of round victory screen. The end of round victory screen says 33.24% war assets deployed for the Knights, yet they say themselves that we only deployed 33.07%. So the numbers they are showing us on the victory screen are still completely different to the numbers that they're saying right now. So we put all this together from start to finish, they have completely fucking lied. Their trackers in game, all fucking 3 of them, the one that's going on when you're actually playing the faction war is wrong apparently. The one that you get at the end of round victory screen is also wrong apparently, because the numbers that they're putting out themselves from their camp and their own data says that both those things are wrong, and all the trackers in the game are completely off by a fair fucking bit, okay? How the hell do we go from 35% during the, like, you know, when the round completes down to a 33.7% for the Knights? That's a big fucking drop. So you're telling me all those war assets just magically disappeared, okay? They never existed, and the Samurai all decide to come back in the last 5 minutes and fucking deploy 1 million more fucking war assets than the Knights were, even though all the Knights were on there trying to fucking win and playing as many games as they can. You're telling me that it was that much of a struggle for that long in those last few hours that the Samurai just, you know, had a couple, maybe 1.3 million extra Samurai jump on and all of a sudden deploy assets? Well, this is the biggest load of shit I've ever seen in my life, and it's a blatant fucking lie. Now, I knew for a fact that if it did come out that the thing was rigged, which it fucking obviously is, okay? There is no way you can look at these statistics and all these trackers being wrong and stuff and not see they didn't want the Knights to win, because the Knights are getting a hero this upcoming season, in season 3, okay? And the Samurais aren't, so they needed the Samurai to win. And it's clear as fucking day, at the very end there, they've gone, shit, the Knights just so happen to pull ahead, so we're going to go and tweak the numbers a little bit and say that, you know, oh, the trackers are off and we need to do better in communicating, blah, blah, fucking blah. It seriously baffles my mind that they think they can get away with this. And of course, you're going to have some big time YouTubers who are just going to basically say anything they want them to say because they're on their payroll. They either want something for them or they're on their whitelist or something. They're not going to tell the truth. They're just going to parrot whatever bullshit Ubisoft wants them to. Now, people are going to be like, why the hell would they rig the faction, or what's the point? Well, the point is pure and simple, okay? They know for a fact there's only going to be 2 heroes per season, which means a faction's going to miss out. Now, what's a good way to stop that faction from being all pissy and getting angry and stuff because they're not getting anything new? Give them some free cosmetics that they won by winning the season. Make it a nice close thing. At the end, just tweak the numbers a little bit so the faction that's not getting the hero comes, you know, they just managed to get ahead. You know, they're like, yeah, we won. Everyone else is like, oh, shucks, better luck next time. It's okay though, because we got some brand new heroes to fuck around with, so they're not going to be too pissed off about it. And the faction that won's going to be like, oh, you know, I didn't get a brand new hero, but at least I got all these really cool fucking cosmetics I can chuck on that no one else got. It's not playing favoritism, because in the end, every single faction will have their turn to get those free cosmetics. And at the same time, every faction will end up with all their brand new heroes, and it's a win-win. Everyone's happy and no one's getting angry. So that is the reason why they would do something like this, okay? It's a very smart move. I will give Ubisoft that. When in terms of like being sneaky as shit, it was a smart thing to do, rigging the faction war. But the problem is that they completely fucking lied. They said that the faction war was 100% up to us. We are the ones who make the faction war work. By deploying assets, we can realistically change this battlefield. We can swing it one way or the other. We can make it a win for our faction if we play hard enough and we place our war assets all strategic like and everything. We can dictate how this thing goes. That's what they were pushing to us. But behind the scenes, that's not true. They've had this thing rigged from the start because they're following that pattern, and now it's completely fucking clear. I am sorry, but if you do not think this thing is rigged, or if you were not really fucking suspicious that this thing right now is rigged by Ubisoft, who made the game, they made the thing, they have all the numbers, they can tune anything they want, they can do anything they want in terms of the faction war because they created the fucking thing. If you think they do not have the power or the capability to rig this thing, I'm trying to be nice, but you would probably be one of those people who would drink the Kool-Aid and be like, yeah, this is going to be amazing, and you know, end up like at Jonestown. So I'm sorry, but if you are not able to question this bullshit with everything that happened, all of these numbers, all these screenshots, the whole coincidence thing that's been going on for fucking months now, okay, ever since the first season ended, if you think this thing is 100% legit, there is no fucking helping you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know what to do with that. And the thing that baffles my mind is there are still a few people, including some big YouTubers who are obviously on the payroll, who are actually touting that this thing was 100% legit and fair. And there was no possible way that Ubisoft could have rigged this thing, okay? Which I am sorry, but that is the biggest load of shit I've ever heard in my life. And now I'm going to stop before I get a bit too angry about this. And now we're going to be moving on to the second part of this video, and that is the ornaments that the samurais got for winning the faction war this season. And they received, for all their hard work and all that number trickery, a single ornament across all the heroes. When the Vikings won, they got one unique ornament for all of the heroes, one unique one for each fucking guy. And the samurais, even though they won through a bunch of bullshit, I still feel bad for them. Even when Ubisoft lets them win and Ubisoft completely manipulates it in their favor, okay, they still fuck them. I honestly can't believe that Ubisoft would go and give the Vikings, who won the first season, a whole bunch of ornaments, a unique one for every single character, and then without telling anyone, they did not fucking say a word about the fact that, oh, only the first season winners will get a unique ornament for every character, but you know, whoever wins season 2 will only get a single ornament for all the characters. Like, they didn't even say anything about that. So not only did they do all of this bullshit, but they went and just dropped that. So samurais are like, yay, we won. What, we only got one? Where the fuck are the rest of the ornaments? It's a mix between laziness, it's a mix between being understaffed, and of course, it's a mix between just really shit fucking communication. At the end of one season, they have managed to kick the knights in the balls, okay, and on the backswing, kick the samurais in the balls as well. So it's going to be extremely interesting to see how Ubisoft plays this one off tonight on the fucking Warriors Den live stream. I'm sure they'll come out with some other fucking completely bullshit numbers and some fucking really weird, twisted, convoluted way of justifying this crap like they did with Foreigner's Still Alive, guys. We have 1.3 million players. Trust us. Yeah, don't question it. What? I'm sure they're going to do something like that again, okay? It's going to be very interesting to see. I am very curious to see what their massive fucking announcement is. Apparently, it has nothing to do with the brand new heroes, so I am extremely interested to see what that is, because I have no idea what it could be. So I can't wait to see what that surprise is. But that is all I have for this video. I am done. I need to go take a break, and I need to cool myself down. So thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below and let me know your thoughts about this whole situation. And please, if you think that this thing is not rigged, 100% comment down below and explain to me why, okay? If you have screenshots or something, message me, anything. If you have proof that this thing is not rigged 100%, without a shadow of a doubt, please comment below and let me know, because I still want to have a conversation with people, even if they disagree with me 100%. Don't care. That's the whole point of life. You can disagree with people, but please comment down below and let's have a civil discussion about the whole thing. Please share this video around. It helps me out a fuckload. It really does. And if you want to see more videos from me, please hit the subscribe button. I shall see you all in the next video. Have a good one, guys.